All right, so we're back at it again.
Sorry.
Sorry about it. We have a little
Technical
technical
difficulties there.
difficulties,
Yeah,
so
so.
continue to watch and join in and be a part. So as I was saying, please like, subscribe, and share, and then you'll be a part of us. We want you to join in, call in, let the conversation be, have some, there's nothing wrong with controversy, because sometimes it brings some excitement to the argument, Yeah, even though you know the right, you can test somebody to know if they really know the truth. You know the truth. You know the right, so you test somebody to see if they really know the truth. So, brother Dwayne, it's over to you with your topic. And
All right. So in the spirit of greeting everybody, I want to welcome all the persons who are always here with us on the internet, on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm sorry. Pastor Hamilton, Pastor Lady Evan Samuels, New Healing and Deliverance Ministry down there in Portmore, St. Catherine. Want to thank you guys for always sharing my family, wife, my sister-in-law, my sisters, my cousins. Thank you guys for always partaking. We appreciate you. We have made it thus far because of persons like you sending in questions, persons like you partaking in the conversation. So we ask that you guys just jump in, join in the conversation, and let's get into it. So we've been promising you guys for some time now that we'll be looking into courting in church and what the Bible has to say about courting in church. Now, mind you, this is a topic that I think will cause a bit of a stir. Just a bit, not a lot, but a bit of a stir. Because I don't know about you guys, but I was looking in the Bible and I searched for courting so much.
Couldn't find anything.
courting.
Couldn't find
Couldn't
courting.
So,
And not even did
so
really.
what it turned to? Local knowledge.
Local knowledge.
Local knowledge,
Yes,
all right? Yeah, so best when you speak from your heart, and the lot of research. Sometimes just to textbook.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just talk and let people talk from there.
So I asked my good friend, no reason I'm a good friend, my little friend. I asked Google what him think. I'm a little friend, we come from far. I asked him, and he basically described courting as dating, a romantic relationship. But this is the part where Google shot me with no Decon mind. With intention to marry. I never expect that from Google.
Yeah. So
With intention to marry.
yes. So you use two words back to back. Use two words back to back. You use courting and dating back to back. So what's the difference between courting and dating?
But that is it. The definition that they gave us for courting is that it's dating, a romantic relationship. So they say courting is dating.
Courting is dating.
Yes, but so the world's dating and the church dating, it cannot be the same.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yes. So I wanted to look at it from that aspect. You see, when you touch all about dating and courting, I knew that itself would have been
All right. So
a topic of getting my first call.
Yeah, something, yeah, answer.
yeah. Hello.
Blessings. Blessings.
It's not the person hung up.
Okay. All right, guys. The lines are open. If you call in, we will answer.
Well, remember the converter from the when they buy?
Yes.
Looking at the jar, you see.
All right. So the lines are open.
You don't see it in there?
Turn off.
The white
Turn,
one?
turn off.
Huh?
Turn off your mic. Speaker while you're on.
No, that's not it. All right, that's fine.
So the topic of discussion is courting, dating in church.
No, that's fine. I get it.
Okay. So Deacon Mike touched on it a short while ago. He said, what's the difference between dating and courting? Now, I'm going to try to put a Bible definition towards the whole courting in church. Now, we have to remember that we are not of the world, but we are of God. And we can't do the things the way the world do it. But we must do it with the Spirit of God. Whatsoever we do, we should put God in it. Whatever we're doing. Now, here's the thing. Before I define it, it says that the definition said that it's a romantic relationship with intention to marry. Now, in dating, when I was in the world, in dating, back in the world, as daters, we try not to buy puss in a bag. That was the world's way of dating. We don't buy puss in bag. But in the Bible and the biblical sense, unfortunately, you only can buy the bag. You can't even check too deeply if it's what in it.
You can't, when you say deep, you can't look.
Yeah, you can't even look now.
You can't peek.
You can't even peek now.
You know?
You have to buy what in the bag. You have to just buy the bag.
You just have to buy, understanding so what's in the bag is good.
It's good.
Yes.
Because the Bible said that, he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Yes.
So you have to make sure you find that wife. Now, there are a few things that I wanted to look at before I go into the whole courting thing. You see, because the definition says the intention to marry, we must recognize that when we're courting in church, we're not looking for boyfriend and girlfriend.
So what do you do during the time looking for boyfriend, looking for married? You're working up to married.
Yes.
What limit do you go up to that time? How far do you take it? Up to that time.
How
That's
far
a
do you
question
take it?
I would love.
All right, I'm sorry, we're being told that the audio is low, so we'll just adjust our mics a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. We'll just adjust our mics, put it a little closer. Just tell us if the audio is better just by going into the chat and tell us if the audio is any better.
Can you hear us out?
So just talk to us in the chat. We'll monitor the chat and tell us if the audio is better. I apologize for that. All right, so you say, what do you look for? No, I'm glad you asked that question because there's a lot of things you have to look for. You have to look for somebody. First of all, you have to look for somebody who is definitely not unequally yoked. First thing.
Let's take a pin in there for a second. So when we think about courting and dating, we spoke about the world and what the world look for in actually dating. And so therefore what we're saying with the world with dating is not it.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
We're getting so many important calls. Sorry.
It might not even be a dating. It might be a little fluctuation with the other person. You understand?
And the world call it dating.
Yeah, and the world call it dating. When I look at it as dating, but each individual has their own intention.
That is true.
You understand what I'm saying? But I can't do, we have to check and talk to
Webster.
Mr. Google also,
Yes.
have a little speech with him and ask him the reason.
Yeah.
I asked a question, about dating in the church, quoting as we put it. And Mr. Gould, tell me, dating in the church refers to the practice of romantically pursuing somebody, from your own church community, where individuals are likely to share similar religion, just like you just said, right?
Yes.
Belief and values often seen as a positive way to find a partner who align with your faith.
Yes.
While building a strong foundation for a future marriage.
Yeah, exactly.
However, it can also come with potential complication with gossip or awkwardness in relationship. If relationship does not work, or due to the close-knitted nature of that community.
Okay. Yeah.
So there is value in it. But there's also a risk.
Yes. In everything there is risk.
Right.
Even the very full Christian walk that we walk, there is risk. There's risk of scrutiny. Because the Bible tells that the world will chastise you for Jesus' sake. Right? So, yes, Deacon Mike, your initial question is, what should one look for if they're going to court to get married? And one of the first things that we just touched on, myself and Conrod, was that we have to make sure that we're not unequally yoked. Yeah. We have to be of the same faith. We have to be in love with Christ. Now, I researched a bit from the Bible's perspective, and I'm going to tell you what it is. So it says, although the words courtship and dating are not found in the Bible, we are given some principles that Christians are to go by during time before marriage. The first is that we must separate from the world's view and dating, because God's ways contradict the world's way. So we cannot date in the way that the world dates. The whole time world way of dating, sex involved. We just put it on the table.
In God's way of dating, sex should not be involved.
None at all.
So
it should not be a sexual relationship. It should be a time when you get to know the individual and also a time where you're seeking God. Because God must be the forefront,
of
the
everything.
end, and the middle of everything you do.
So two people dating to get married should not live together then.
No.
Not the church, not the church setting.
Well, all right, I'm going to put it here this way. Devil always find work.
Hey, you know what? You know what?
Always find work.
I told
Hey.
you better prepare to answer questions.
Hey,
Right?
I
know. Because here what happened. I do not recommend that anyone who is not married to share the same house, yet alone bed.
Listen, man. You remember I heard.
Strongly recommend that they don't do it. That is me, not I said not the Lord. I, not the Lord, said I do not recommend it.
Practical.
They can share the same house as sneaking, right?
Yeah, well, practical. This dude, practical DJ.
Prodigal son.
Yeah, him have a song. Him say, and I think it's the same thing with quoting and dating within the church. He said, when you're going to see, go pray for Sister Mary. Make sure you carry Deacon John, Deacon Tom, Deacon Harry with you.
Yes.
Because you don't want to go in that house by yourself.
All right.
Yes.
So to answer your question, I personally do not believe under any circumstances that two persons who are courting to get married should share the same house or yet alone the same bed. No, the viewers who are watching, what say you with that first question? Should persons courting to be married share the same house?
Yes.
That you've heard my stance. You can come in
Share
with
the
your
same
stance and just let us know why.
Well, the same house kinda hard to control.
Yes, yet alone bedroom.
The bedroom can control because I tell any couple come to my house, I say, listen me, you not gonna sleep in the same room.
No man, I talk about if you're a big person living by your own man.
Uh-huh.
That me I talk about. You imagine two adults courting but them gonna move in together because it's cheaper.
As in at church, people
Moving
dating in the
together.
church.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause
dating
it's
in the
cheaper.
church, yeah.
So that's what I would love for you listeners out there. I would love to hear your opinion really on that. And the reason why, when I was living in Seaview Garden in Jamaica, two people, they really never live together, but they spend most of the times together. And they went to church and both of them get baptized. And they said they don't see anything wrong with them having intimate time together because they are gonna get married anyway.
Okay, intimacy. Let's define the intimacy.
No man, we can't break down that intimacy. Everybody know what Deacon Mike talk about. Them not see nothing wrong with getting naked. Them not see nothing wrong with getting naked. Simultaneously. And probably one line on top of the other. Not to make space.
Listen to me.
Not to
You're
make space.
a Christian. You're a child of God. You have to learn to put clothes on your mouth.
So, it's no sugarcoating it.
No, it's actually real, you know.
And Deacon Mike, funny you should say that. I would like to tell you that a friend of mine, he's even a friend to the show, shared a similar story of a couple that was living together, Christian, I might add, who said that he didn't see why it matter if they get married or don't get married because of the same sex they might have before marriage, what they might have after marriage. Yes, so I think what he said to that individual is, one a fornication though, one lawful in the sight of the Lord. So it's not the same. One carry a cost, a penalty, whilst the other is let the bedroom not be defiled between husband and wife. So this is it is way beyond the thoughts of man, because God says my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are my ways your ways. So when man I think one thing, God not think that way. So whilst he must say the same woman may get married and we're gonna do the same thing after marriage or we've been doing before marriage, it's not the same. One was illegal, the other is legal. You have something you want to add?
Yeah, because I'm looking at something, and it's one of the disadvantage of dating within the church, and it's just what we're talking about. And one of them is you talk about people living in the same environment, in the same house, and one of the things is potential gossip.
Yes.
Within the church.
So just to add, on YouTube, we have photography yard saying one carry a curse. That is the difference.
Yeah.
So that man in Seaview, Decon Mike, him for know say one carry a curse.
One carry a curse?
Yeah, when you have sex outside marriage, you carry a curse.
Yes.
Yeah,
of
so
course.
that him should have know. Right? So just continuing on, you were finishing up?
Yeah. Basically, because it gives the advantages and disadvantages of actually dating within the church.
Yeah.
And just like we're talking about just now, one of the main disadvantages dating in the church is because of the gossip within that church, especially if it's a small church.
Yeah.
Because people don't really living together. You might not be doing, but people's gonna look at you as doing something because you are living in the same household.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So so when we within that we have to that's something I'll say don't do. When you get married and you can't do that, so you don't want to break up church. And the other thing is this: even if you are dating in the church, you don't have to be together. Something might happen and you say, you know what, this is not my partner.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The intention should be to get married, but it's getting to know the person.
Yeah.
And whilst getting to know the person, the Lord might just make you know right there and then this is not him.
Yeah, this is not.
Or this is not she.
Yeah.
So what you'd do now after you'd have gone and done all the things that married people should be doing, and you're not yet married? It now casts a shadow over you in the eyes of people, and also it might put a strain on your mental state. We have Jonathan just playing, can't hear him. His voice is low. He was saying that he couldn't hear you.
You couldn't hear me?
No.
Hey, can you hear me? Maybe this too soon, maybe too far.
Yeah. Yeah, so keep
All right,
it there.
Jonathan, let me keep it close.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
So Deacon, you were saying something?
So Hebrews 13 verse 4, it says, let marriage be held in honor among all.
Yeah.
And let the marriage bed be undefiled, for God will judge the sexually immoral and adulterous.
There you go. So that's what happens.
This verse clearly indicates that any sexual activity out of the bounds of marriage is considered sinful and will be judged by God himself.
Yes.
So you can't but watch where people say, just watch what God has do.
Yeah, there is so much scriptures that go up against those. First Corinthians 6 verse 18. Flee from sexual immorality. All of the sins of man commits are outside of the body.
Yes.
But he who sins sexually sin against his own body. You see how serious it is? I hope no kids not maybe listening. But you see, that thing there, it's an interchange.
Just call it private S.
Yeah, that is an interchange of
spirits,
body fuel, body spirit, spiritual body. She takes some of you, and you take some of her. And it's a connection right there.
And whatever that person let off on you will stay on you.
Stay on you.
Unless you are what do you call it there? Unless you are delivered from such act. But yes, so there you go. The Bible itself tells us why this courting to be married is not a joke thing. It must not be taken lightly. Yes. All right. So, as I was saying, so you had asked the question what we should look for. Now, we had pointed out that we must make sure that the world's view and the Christian view are not the same. Separate yourself from the world. Because while the world's view may be to date around as much as they want, because I'm not going to say we.
Can do anything we don't want.
Yeah. The important thing is to discover the character of a person before making any commitment to him or her. We should find out if the person has been born again in the spirit of Christ. John 3 verse 3 to 8. Let me just bring it up real quick and fast. John 3 verse 3 to 8. It says, Jesus answered and said unto him, verily I say unto thee, Except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus said unto him, how can a man be born again when he is old? Can he enter a second time into his mother's womb and be born? Jesus answered, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom. He must be born of water and of the Spirit. That which is born of flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I said unto thee, he must be born again. The wind bloweth where it listeth, and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh, and whither it goeth. So is everyone that is born of the Spirit. So we have to make sure that the person is a believer, born again. And if he or she shares the same desire towards Christ, likeness.
Like yeah, we spoke about that a couple of weeks ago on that topic, right? Where we have to have the same.
We have to be marching to the same beat.
Yes, same one drum.
So question to you all. I think maybe listeners that's listening now and listeners will be listening this show after. Somebody might want to know. Might want to ask the question. Tell us some things. Christian, you're a Christian and you meet a lady that's a Christian, or not even a Christian. She don't have to be a Christian, but you're a Christian. One of you are Christian, and you know the rule that sex without marriage is sin, and you're gonna date that woman. Tell me how some things that you do while you're dating, some things that a Christian should do.
All right. You know the first thing a Christian should do when them look for date towards getting married, I have it written down right here. And it might sound so Bible, but I believe in this. I believe that the first thing that we should do, the younger ones should do when they're seeking to get married, is seek counseling from the elders of the church. And I will tell you why I said this. Titus 2 verse 1 to 8 says, but speak thou the things which become sound doctrine, that the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith and in charity, that mean love, in patience. Verse 3, the aged woman likewise, that they be in the behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things. Here the part here, verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste keepers at the home, good, obedient to their own husband, that the word of God not be blasphemed. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, in doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned. Basically what the scripture is telling you is that the elders of the church need to be teaching the younger ones of the church, counseling them rather, as it relates to what it takes to be a good husband, what does it take to be a good wife, because you can't want to get married and you know husband and wife material. You understand me? Yeah. So the first thing you need to do as a Christian in the church who has the intention to court to get married is seek counseling from a spiritual elder.
But before you have to do something before you seek that counsel, because if you meet a home, say you go to a convention in Tennessee and you meet a woman and physical appearance is always the first thing.
True.
And you see her and you approach her and say, okay, all right, let's get to know each other. You can't run to the pastor right away. You have to know her and find out if if you people are compatible first.
Yeah.
And then when you see her as a potential wife, then that's when you go to the pastor and say, all right, we want to talk a little bit further.
Yeah, that is true. Because remember, we had pointed out some of the things that you need to make sure. And compatibility also speak to our spiritual growth, our spiritual mind. It speaks about, for example, you have to be compatible in the spirit, also in the physical things, in terms of things that you might like, things that she might like, places that you might like to go and stuff like that. So, but I just wanted to ensure that before we go down into that road, that spiritually our mindset is right. Because it's the way you just said a while ago, physical attraction are the first thing. And sometimes physical attraction block the spiritual aspect of your life.
But if you stick to your Bible, the scripture said in Philippians 4 verse I think it's 6 or 5 or 6, it said, be anxious about nothing. It said, in everything. In everything.
Be careful for nothing, but in everything be by prayer.
With thanks, through prayer, with thanksgiving, let your requests be known unto God.
Exactly.
So first and foremost, you have to you meet this girl and you see her and you say, I would love to know you, and you change number. Then the next thing you have to do is maybe going to prayer and fasting and go to God and say, God, is this the one? Show me. And you lean, because the scripture said, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not unto your own understanding. So in all your ways acknowledge God, and he will direct your path.
Yeah.
So you have to turn to God and leave it to him and say, God, it is yours.
Question. I heard you say, say, for instance, you go to Tennessee. I'm looking as if you're saying maybe it's a long-distance relationship, right? In the church with the
Yes.
Okay, so you
I want different
different
topic that all together that
Because I heard you say Tennessee, you know,
long
even
distance
people meet
relationship.
someone in Tennessee. So
What?
when you're talking about long distance, no, yeah, we can go. We go to God and we ask God if this is the right person. That's good. But we also speak about, it's like-minded person, yeah, Christian and all that. But how would you know long distance? How you know? It's hard, long distance.
and I can tell you sometimes it's better, because listen to me, when you are into a person, you sit all night and you talk all night on the phone. Well, you see, when she's over there and you're there, maybe you're tempted to go across and see her personally.
But much was spanning on the reach. A reach in a day.
A popular women are about to stay all night.
Well, much was a little reach in the gears, you know. But you know, said Decon Mike, me I got talk from my personal experience of this. We call it the puppy love stage. You end up on the phone all night. When you talk to me on this phone all night, me I tell you everything where you want to hear. And when you see me,
but it's a difference.
I'm going to show the difference. I'm going to show the difference. I will tell you on the phone that, I'm a soft-spoken individual and, I don't really like the excitement. But when you see me in a church, I'm loud.
Yeah.
I'm not just loud in my voice. I'm loud in my characteristics.
Yes.
I'm loud in how I carry myself.
Yeah.
And I may tell you that I'm soft-spoken and I don't like the limelight because that's what you want to hear. But when you see me in actuality in person, you realize that there's nothing quite about this young man.
There's one thing we have to understand. Human nature, regardless of how you want to look at it, we're Christian, but there's human nature.
Yeah.
A person is going to tell you exactly, especially when you're trying to get to know somebody.
What you want to hear.
Exactly. We do that.
We men, we know,
that.
right?
Yeah.
We know.
Exactly
What you want to hear.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for you Christian women out there that are listening in, let me break it down for you, because my wife normally asks me some questions certain time.
When you go home,
I tell her.
what do you mean by that?
Yeah, me tell you something. My wife said something to me and I tend to agree. And if you know I go fight my wife, don't fight me. And she said, women hear what them want hear. Them not hear what the man say.
Yeah.
See?
And men tell women what they want to hear. Also.
And not only that, she got further. She said, a man will tell you exactly how him stay if you listen. He will tell you exactly how him stay if you listen.
And I think female is the same thing. If you really pay attention when you're talking to a female, her body language and everything will tell you exactly what I'm telling you. What her mouth is not saying, her body is telling you.
Like, I know a young lady one time, I will question her. We say, she had talked to an individual we know, I will say to her, say, you wouldn't want to marry such person. And she said, well, I don't too know about the marriage thing, So them question her again, I said, all right, you really and truly want to get married? And she said, of course, but I want to get married. But our first response was based on exactly what the man tell her. The man tell her, say, I don't want to get married. But she knows that she want to get married. You know, deep down inside, she want to get married. But yet still she in a relationship with one man where make she know straight. Say, yo, me no want to get married. Now tell me how that makes sense. You want married. Him no want married. But you're there with him.
I stay with him.
And every day you get up, you want married. And every day him get up, him don't want married.
So
He will not marry you.
because and then you invest all this time
Exactly.
and effort into this relationship.
So
And basically what you're saying, but what she's saying then is this. Look, I put myself aside. I put my goals,
aside,
my aspirations
just so we can
aside,
deal with him.
So we can be, I can be with this person.
Yeah.
So that's, to me, that's. Would you want to be around somebody like that?
Yeah, because I always like.
No. When I said, I asked a female that, would you want to be around someone
who kills your dreams and aspiration,
and your aspiration like that,
just so that they can feel better.
you can feel better.
And that's as simple as that, you know. Because I even remember a story. Let me just finish up this quickly. I remember a story, Decon, where I remember when I met my wife, she was a fashion designer, but she hasn't been doing it for a while. But I overheard, because I didn't meet her knowing that she was a fashion designer, I overheard that she sews and she makes stuff. And I say, hey, why you stop sew? And she's like, oh, no. You know what I did? Because I know that it's a passion of hers, sewing. I pull out all stops. I do everything, and by she was on a fashion show, a famous fashion show in Jamaica within 6 months of us meeting.
Were you dating at the same time?
Yeah.
Or you were married?
We were dating.
You see what she showed you, because you show her something.
Yeah.
Because you show her that it's not just her as a person, but you're looking for her best interest.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be more into you, because she's gonna think that says, oh, okay, it's not about him. It's also about me.
Because when our friend introduced her to the potential of going in the fashion show, and she was told where it was, I didn't know where that location was. I asked a friend and him give me direction, and I drive one early Saturday morning. Kara got the place with some unfinished bath suit that she was making at the time. The gentleman looked at it, liked it, and said, just finish up the inside, make it a little neater, make it sellable then. Make it look like something you can buy right away as you see it. And she was on the fashion show, and it was a success. And I say that to say, be with someone who wants you to be great.
Yes. Who invest.
Yeah, and it's vice versa, you know. It goes for the man, it goes for the woman.
But it's not an insult to ladies, but some ladies just want to know that they have a man.
True.
Just want to know that they are in a relationship.
True.
Yes.
But what is that though? Just
True.
to be in a relationship. We're talking about Christianity, Christian dating. If you are dating within the church as someone you feel is a potential, and all you want is just
To know that somebody like you.
Yeah. You don't want to be with you then?
And that is the thing. I always tell the young ladies back in Jamaica when I was there, a man I go show you him true colors, you know.
Yeah.
Like when me did that road, wasn't a nice person. I'm gonna put it that way. I wasn't a nice person with that road. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't a nice person.
And every man, I can tell you that like 90% of men, this happened too. When you meet the woman, you take them to the nicest restaurant. You're taking them out, you open the car door for them. After you get the goodies.
I wasn't.
That's exactly what we just said.
I'm not necessarily proud of who I was, but the truth is the truth. If you not open your eyes, you will be deceived.
We all do that.
Yes, man.
But that's what we just said. We're gonna tell you what you want here because you have our intention. Each of us have our own individual intention going through this process.
And that's why seeking God is important when you're entering a relationship.
Ladies out there, a man will never let you find no fault of him before you get the good.
Yeah. And that is why it's important that if you're going to take a man to make him a husband or to be a wife unto him, you make sure that man born again. That means him have a renewed mind, not turn around mind, not a 360 mind, a renewed mind. Make sure say him focus upon God. make sure say him have the spirit. Let this mind of Christ be in you. Make him have the mind of Christ. Make him have the zeal for God. Because may I tell you, as a man with it out in the streets, it was about numbers for me. It was all about numbers.
You just say something, you know. You talk about renewed mind.
Renewed.
Renewed. Because it's not everybody that's in the church that's a Christianity is Christian.
You know, the mind are renewed.
The mind are renewed. So you have to be careful of that also.
And everybody who baptized have a renewed mind.
So you and that's why I take the process. That's why it's a process.
It's not everybody who says I'm a Christian.
Exactly.
Some people just say they're a Christian and because they just use it as saying, well, I believe that Christ came and he died for me. And that's all I need to
I believe in God.
But if that's all you need to say to be saved, to believe that Christ came and he died for you and he's gone to prepare a place for you. But what if you go commit adultery last night and Christ come tomorrow? Without in the morning. Without you repent. What is going to happen to you? Even though you say you're a Christian.
You know what though? What we just spoke about also, my brother Dwayne, is another disadvantage in dating within the church.
Yeah.
Because it says a potential drama within church. Because breaking up within a church community can sometimes lead to awkwardness, gossip due to the close proximity of everyone involved.
There are some vipers in church.
Yes. So
generation of vipers.
Yeah, you know, some people and you know what though? So for instance, something that do happen where there's a drama starting in the church, all of a sudden you lose one person out of the church.
And that one, you might not lose one, because that one might be connected to a family.
A family. And
so you might lose a family.
And I can encourage our ladies, don't let no man come into church because of you.
Oh, God, man.
What?
Decon, me have a pastor in Jamaica. He died early last year. And he used to always say something where rile up people. Woman, not for bring man go church. Man, for bring woman go church. And when him say it sound weird, but I understand what he must say. If a man come to church because I want a woman, him not come to church for God.
No.
Him not come to church for God.
We do that. Back in the days, you know. Back in the days.
Well, me never go to church. Me visit.
Did you know? Is woman caused me to find Baltimore Central?
Well, you know what? That helped you because you are still here, right?
Because I was dating this girl. And while I was dating, I said, from my early days, I made a commitment, I'm going to go to church at least once a month. And when I came to Baltimore and I met this lady and I was at her home, her friend came. And I said, I need a church to go to every now and then. And the friend said, don't worry. I have the right place for you. So it's not she took me, the friend.
Okay.
and from that, when I came to Baltimore Central, it was so homely. I said, you know what? I'm going to come to this church every once a month.
Yeah, and you know what though? It's my wife. She was my wife then, but because New Year's, I can't remember just like that. It was a New Year's. I didn't know, so New Year's as Jamaican.
Everyone got church.
We want to go church, we go party. And they say, all right, you say, I want to go party this night, We got church, we got sick. And she come home and sing the song. Paige died.
Yeah.
And we was coming to his church. And she come and sing this song. I said, what kind of song that you sing? Because she don't even know the word of the song. But she was so excited. She was singing the song and I said, what? I said, we have to go to this church, you know. And I'm not telling you, my friend get mad at me. Because, we used to do party promotion and all that, And the time when we had this party, when I came to church, I came in that New Year's. I didn't come to New Year's. I came the following Sunday because I got sick there. And I've been out. I was supposed to be going to a party because we a group of us and sometimes, each of us promotion. So we support each other and we help each other. And I was supposed to help someone if he do his party. I was supposed to be the man at the gate.
Okay.
I just go and support. I'm not come back. And I'm going to get some guys. We don't trust other people in doing certain things. So it's within our little group.
Yeah.
That we trust each other for, especially handling money and all them things.
Yeah.
So they was upset with it, but I say, and I'm saying, man, come and say, go talk to him, It's just not go back. So women can do, women sometimes work.
So back to dating.
Oh, by the way, this is Bible Talks or the Bible Talks.
Yeah, don't forget if you want to call. I don't have on my blinkers. So
You can call us at 667-286-0670, or you can WhatsApp call us or WhatsApp message us at 658-203-123, not 40-1230. Those are the last four digits.
And join in the conversation.
Come on, ladies. Ladies, it's all,
Yes.
Should I?
If you are alone and you're a Christian man and you want to find a wife, which is the best way? Should you say I'm gonna find it for myself, or I'm gonna ask the bishop to find a wife for me?
No, sir.
One minute, think if you ask the bishop.
No man to do what?
No, I'm gonna say, think if you ask the bishop for fine.
Yes, you can. Of course.
No, sir.
Yes.
Tell me why.
All right.
Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why.
Look, the bishop can. He might go around into churches more than you, and the bishop may be talking to his bishop friends, and his bishop friend might say, "Bishop, is there any man over in your church where I have a nice lady?" They can get to know each other, and then when you go to the bishop say, "Well, I know this pastor's come to me and said she have a nice member in the church and she's looking for a husband," and you can pair up that like that. It's up to you when you meet her if you want to, if you find yourself compatible with her. But there's nothing wrong. I don't see nothing wrong with it, because I know of a man right now, the same sister Christine, her dad. I can remember her dad went to the pastor and said, "Pastor, I am ready to get married." But it was like in the country, and he was not going out like that. You understand? And the pastor say, "Okay, I know." He called up another pastor from another church and say, "Okay, I know a right woman, a good woman. I put your hand together, but after that, I'm out of it."
Right.
And they come together, and they say, "Okay, if you're compatible, then I will marry you."
You know what? That will make it back in the days.
Anybody out there can call in and give their opinion.
Me hear him say why I think it's a good idea. Me I got to tell you why me think it's a good idea.
You think it's a good idea too?
No, I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay.
You don't think it's a good idea?
No, I'm gonna tell you why. A broken clock tell the right time at least twice a day. Cool? So that can work. That may I try to tell you. But the Bible tell me say, he who find it.
Yes, but
a wife.
But he didn't.
Not he who asked someone to find it a wife.
No.
He couldn't find it. If you look at it in that context,
he find it.
He find it because he was referred to. It's a reference.
He never find out
the
somebody.
Bible did not say
somebody a reference wife. You get a reference. All right. Brother Robert says. It's better you talk to God. And I believe it's better you talk to God too. And personally, I believe it's better you talk to God rather than you ask someone to help you find a wife. Because here's the thing about it. It's something for me to meet you and talk to you than for you come and say, "A good man, not that."
Yeah.
It's something for me personally. Even when we're in the world, it was something for me. For me,
don't do my thing.
Interact.
Yeah.
The interaction said a lot to me. Because you like me for me. You don't like me because somebody tell you say me a good youth.
Yes.
You like me because you see me, you hear me.
People came to me already and said, "You don't have any good friend?"
None of my friends are never good, but yeah.
Another thing. I know female and both male look for physical. No matter where we're going to look at physical attraction.
I think it's the first thing people say.
So therefore, if you don't know this person, and you go through references,
reference wife,
through the past, whatever, and link up the stick, and when you go, it's gonna be awkward when you look at that person. It's gonna be awkward.
And some women, Deacon Mike, not all women, but some women like a man who is manly. Yeah, in the sense that he might go approach you and stuff like that. Some women like, it's like them like the man will go hunt then. You understand? More than him a go be the cub where the woman away up on the hunter for carrying the food. No, but I tell you, some women like that. Them like the idea of the man that is going to hunt. And I personally, me think me for hunt.
Yeah, man. We hunters.
I think I should hunt.
But you have some man with just just can't approach.
I mean,
We
understand.
have an issue.
I don't like it. Me not say it, no day, but I say I like it.
I give you a joke. One time, this guy, you know, they were going to meet up with some girls, but like 2 of them going to meet up with 3 girls. So they want to find another man for the next girl. And they come to the guy, but the guy was shy. And they said, all right, we're going to take you to this girl. And they took him over there. And they set up everything, you know, they left him in the car and go into the house and send the girl out to him. And he did not say nothing to her. The girl come in the car and say, how are you? She just say, I'm okay. He just said, I'm okay. And he just sit in the car, say nothing to her.
All right, Jonathan just plain said, me not agree with that. People will find them. Brother Robert says, Matthew 5:28. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her had committed adultery with her already in his heart. Right, but Brother Robert, when I said you look at her and physically attractive, me never really talk about lust.
Yeah.
You don't just talk say like what you say. Because when you go eat food, if it not look good, you're not.
So let me ask you then. You as a Christian, if you go out and you meet you're looking for a wife, and you meet a woman, what comes in your mind? You like the physical attraction to be with her don't come in your mind?
Yes.
So that fulfill what Brother Robert is saying, Brother Jones is saying right now.
No, not really. Because you're lusting. The physical attraction is something
different.
you're looking is different from lusting.
Lusting and physical attraction.
Look at a woman to lust after her.
But don't you think to lust?
Christ said, if once you look, you're already coming.
No, say if you look to lust. If you look to lust, like you start envision yourself and do things different. And if you look at her and say, wow, that girl look good. You know? Because Decon, man, put it here this way. There was when my wife was walking one time. Remember, me and my wife married and we are walk. And there was this girl that was walking by. And my wife looked at me and she said, "Whoa, that's a pretty girl." And I said, "Yeah, she look good." Me didn't look so far. She did look good. She was a pretty girl. My wife said, "That's a pretty. That girl is beautiful." And I said, "Yep, she look good for real."
Hey.
And we kept walking. So you can look and like what you see. You don't lust.
You don't develop nothing else in your mind about that person. That's lust. When you go to that point and start look deeper and start your mind start wonder. That's where lust is.
What if it was you say it before your wife?
Well, you never understand.
Make you the flip side of the story. So there was one day, me and my wife were walking and shop again. We there in Jamaica, and there was this girl. She was leaning up against a grill. You know Jamaica grill stay. And I walk past the grill and I explain a story to my wife. I said, you know, I'm wife say about a big door. I say, yeah.
I'm not giving.
I would just laugh and continue.
Let me tell you what happened to me. And unconsciously it happened to me. When I just came to Baltimore and me and my wife, we were driving in the car. We drive down to Baltimore City and we were on, I remember we were on Baltimore Street where the most of the party go. And this girl, 2 girls, man, the girls were, you can see the modeling body.
Okay.
And they were in some short dress and only thing unconsciously I said,
But your wife laughed.
She said she does start laugh.
Hey, I'm not giving that joke. I have two instances here where I was walking downtown. I go school, kids so technical ones. Come off of the bus and this brethren woman and him girlfriend, I walk together. This hot girl passed by, brother. And him and his wife was like this, shoulder to shoulder. And all of a sudden, boys just start drift back. I think he was doing it unconsciously, you know. Because when she seemed like she looked back and I see him, you know, we want piece of box ticket.
And he have no control over it.
I see, I went up here, was down Island Town. And you know, at my store, I decided to go with one of the guys go do a delivery. And all of a sudden, I see truck start drive slow. And I say, why? No truck just slow down so. I'm going to bang, and back so.
Stop.
Is it the best guy come to a stop?
Yeah, charge. But so right there would have given you. I gave you 2 examples. I gave you one that was innocent at just saying that girl is beautiful, and then I gave you one where me stop.
Yeah.
Me lose focus, concentration, so you can look and admire.
Yes.
And there is look and lusting.
Yes.
And I think admiring someone's beauty, I don't think there's something wrong with it. I think lusting after someone because of their beauty, that is the difference. Because I've seen, since I've been married, I've seen multiple girls who look pretty, and me and my wife, we speak about it, and I say, hey, that girl look good. And she even said, hey, I'm cute boy, and I'm supposed to can't get any girl in one. She said it. And so there's a difference. And that is what God was saying. Look, but don't lust.
Don't lust. Don't build up any additional.
Yeah, if you look at someone, don't lust.
That's lusting. But each and every female do it, male do it. They look at physical appearance because everybody have something in the mind how they want the partner to look like. Maybe it don't work out the way you want it sometimes, but it does.
You know, the average pretty girl, they always, what's that called? Spoil? Or should we say spoil? Most of them always love to, deal with, prefer the better things.
Oh, okay.
And want to, be treated like that. But the girl, the average girl that is,
normal looking,
they always have more better quality.
They always want to love someone for someone.
Yes.
And not love someone for how the person treat them. And when I say treat, I mean spoil them. That means I say treat. And I understand where you're going with that exactly for real, because it has been my experience. I used to tell my friend way back when I was like 18, 19, when I just left high school. I had a friend who was 14 in high school, and I said to him, you see, the ugly girl in our school where your friend them shun, don't shun her. And him say, why? I'm say, see that ugly girl there? She go grow up and she go look better than them pretty girl there.
Exactly.
Yes. And him say, what you mean? Me say, I not just her looks. He say, she go behave.
It's hard.
She go deal with you better than them pretty girl there. And him always used to say to me, why you say that? And you don't know, say, we don't like ugly girl. And I said, no, man. And I've grown up to see the pretty girls in school that I grew up with. Them ugly to me now.
Yeah,
character ugly.
Absolutely. And the ugly girl character is so good that you don't even look at the ugliness. That beauty in that because of the character that person have, just.
All right, so we have a question on YouTube. What are some of the questions that a person should ask when they are dating? All right. That's one good question. And there are several questions to ask, both spiritually and just personally. For example, some of the questions you need to ask are, first and foremost, you have to ask questions that will guide you along the lines of how the person stay as a Christian, if them are a Christian. Secondly, you have to ask questions about the person's character. Ask character building or characteristic trait question. For example, you need to know what the person's stands are on family. You need to know what the person's stands are on the work, the household, what they value most, how they value God. And one of the things I must tell you, do not take this person's answer and turn them into an idol. Don't you ever put anyone above God. It might sound hard, but I truly.
You can. That's not hard. I know might sound hard. That's easy.
Yeah. Back in the days, look at your brother.
Yeah.
Back in the days, when we out on the street and we are the way thing. Now we might go to a spot and we see a girl, but we have a friend down there, and we go to our friend and say,
ask about the characteristics.
Tell me about such and such person. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, as like you said, household. Although the household might be a good household, but they might be spoiled.
Not only that, you have to ask about the household because you need to know if the mango tree really is a mango tree.
Yes.
Or is it an ingraft fruit? In other words, my pastor used to tell me back in Jamaica, find out about the grandmother and the grandfather, man.
Yeah.
Find out where the bloodline come from, man.
Yes.
Because you have to know about generational curses and stuff like that. and just the person's generational characteristic.
Yeah, correct.
And you know, a bloodline can be coming down, and it come to where you can witness it for yourself with the person that you're interacting with.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that person have to be like that.
No, it
Because
doesn't.
I
But
give you an
it's
example.
better to know.
My grandfather have 31 picnic. My
Rolling
father have 27.
Rolling
I said,
Stones.
when I know that and I realized that, I said, I
got
am
right
gonna make sure I don't have that.
Stop it.
Because none of them, my father, I did not know him until I was 18. He did not give me $1. All that my father, he made me remind myself of what Jamaican $10 is blue, because that's the only thing I ever got from him. And I make sure that I am not gonna let my kids suffer like that. You see, my 2 sons, 2 separate mother, and while I'm in Jamaica, every week I go for them, just for them to grow up together. And because of the trend that I saw with my grandfather and my father, I said I will cut it off right here.
Yeah.
And you're correct, because some characteristical traits can be cut off, and some characteristical traits or family bloodline traits can be continuous. For example, you speak of the thing that you cut out of your bloodline, which is good, because you need to cut it out, not just with action, but also with the word of God. But this is one of the traits that stood out in my family. Can you believe that 95% of my family married? 95%. So it's a good characteristic as far as I'm concerned. Would you believe that 90% of these people who married, the children grow up in a single family household, which is also a good characteristics. My father got married, but my mother and my father, they didn't grow me together. In other words, my mother left Jamaica when I was 8. But you know what I remembered while I was growing up? My father raised 7 of us. 6 of we in one house, and the 7th one will come every holiday. One house. My father never got another woman to stay in that house. So you know what I pick out of that characteristics? Wherever my child go, daddy are dead too. Because my father was a daddy. My father, him shelter, him protect, him guide, him educate.
We just spoke. We're talking about character, right? And one of the what it tells us to Christian dating, it started with, that's one of the main things he said, focus on character, but just beyond physical attraction, prioritize someone who demonstrate strong Christian characters and values.
Values is important.
Yes.
So the question that we're answering is, what are the questions to ask? Now you need to find out where the mother and father come from. You need to find out all the relationship status between the mother and father. You need to find out the mindset of that person. You need to find out the goals and aspirations of that person, not just in words, but also in what they're currently doing. Because a lot of people tell you, I aspire to be a pilot, now go to aviation school. Yeah, aspire to be a pilot, but yeah, go culinary school. Aspire to be a pilot. So not just what they answer and say, but what they do in relation to what is being said. You need to find out if the core values of that individual lines up with your core values, the core values that you want or share in a mate. And of course, without any doubt about it, the Christian characteristic, the zeal, the zest, the want,
it first and foremost,
it
that
has
have to
to
stay
be
there.
there.
Stay there.
It has to be there.
You know, and you spoke about getting to the, one thing also. What's the intention? What's your future? What's your future plan?
You know,
what where you want to be a couple years from now? You understand? So therefore, you see, if you have your stuff lined up, because some people, when you ask some people that question, you know, it's like them don't really have a quick answer for you because they're not really there. Their mindset is not right.
It's about fun and games today. Have fun today.
Yeah.
Fun today.
Yeah.
You were saying, Decon?
you know, a lot of people is afraid to ask or find out this about their partner, their dating is the bad part of them.
Yeah.
Ask the question, you know, tell me the bad things about you. The things about you that you yourself don't like.
What the worst thing you ever do to a girl? What the
Uh-huh.
worst, you know, stuff like that. Because fun you mentioned that.
How do you handle a argument when somebody hurt you? If you say not that I'm gonna do it, but if you come on a corner, You don't know if me and this girl were friends, but you see us hugging. How do you handle it?
And
You know?
it's funny that you should mention that, Deacon, because I remember one time someone asked me, how did you know that you should marry Daniela, which is my wife? And I said to the person at the time, I looked at every single thing that I could not stand about her.
Yes.
And then I asked myself one question.
Can you live with it?
Can I live with it?
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
That's what I did. I looked at every single thing that I couldn't stand. I'm going to say, I can live with this? And then the answer was yes. Then the answer was yes.
So, and that's I think that's more important. That is the most important thing. Your bad habit. Can I live with it?
So basically,
some of them, some of them can change, and some of them you decide that, listen me, you have to change it, our heads, and some of them you're gonna say, you know, I'm gonna have to live with this now. Sometimes you see some situation, some habit that some people have, you know it's not gonna change. You just bring to that conclusion and say, a zebra will never lose him stripe.
And
you just say, well, you know, I'm gonna have to live with those stripes.
And Deacon Mike, that is a point that we have to drive home out there to the listeners who are listening. You have to decide if you can live with that person, with habit, everything that they come with. Not the me get some roses for my birthday. No, him take off his clothes and left on the bathroom floor. Or not the he cooks for me. No, he miserable.
Yes.
Yeah, can you live with that?
Can you live with it?
Not the and he calls me baby all the time. No, him annoying. Can you live with it?
You know, and sometimes it's so ironic because as Christian, like we just say, it's not everybody that say God, I know we get baptized. But we hold on to some stuff. And we push up our chest and knock our chest hard. And some character, some bad attitude characters then. So we put in some bad things that we have within us, so we shouldn't carry around as Christians. But because we feel macho or the female, I don't know how they feel about it, because it's like somebody say, you know what? I don't mess with him because I'm such a person. We push up the chest and say, yeah, man, that's some mistake. You understand? And we don't realize that's not really that godly.
Big up the bad part of yourself. Rather than strive to change it. Because, all right, I mentioned leaving my clothes in the bathroom, before, and the reason why is because of that I used to do when my wife just started dating. And it used to annoy her. When we got married and we were going to church, every day my wife used to complain, Dwayne, take up your clothes on my 5th floor. And then one day, I didn't hear her complain about taking your clothes off 5th floor no more. And can you believe me not hearing her complain about taking your clothes off 5th floor no more? I start taking clothes off 5th floor? Like, seriously? When my Jeff, I say, oh, my clothes, I'm take it up. To this day, I can take my clothes off the floor.
And that's why I said, sometimes some problem is better solved leaving it. Just be silent to it. You can be talking, I left this on the floor, and you don't like it. And you just come and talk, you start talking about something, because I am expecting you, and it is ripping into my heart to know that you see it. I know that you see it, and you're not saying anything to it about it. Then it start to rip into me and say, what is he saying in his mind now? And then it start to bother, and then you realize it's better for me to take it up, and then the problem will be solved. By you not paying it no mind, it rip into me.
Yeah, the person let you know how them feel about it, and then unconsciously you see yourself start doing the thing. For example, my wife thing was she not like the fact that I left things on the bathroom before. My thing with her was that she didn't close back containers. So let's say she pull a ketchup bottle, the cork catch back on the bottle, it not close back. And we used to complain about it, but this is something that we learned in the church. The pastor was teaching that if you continue to annoy someone or knock them, yell, hey, do this, it's going to be there.
Yeah.
So I learned to, a matter of fact, him saying, no, you do. If she left the car, put the ketchup bottle and it in a lock bag, one gonna lock back the ketchup bottle.
Come like that.
So when she left it, I would go and lock it. And sometimes when I left my clothes, she's go and pick it up. So till it reached the point where me start pick up my clothes, and she start carve out the buns.
So So it's just, but that after that's just living together, understanding each other, right? So, but when you're dating, you might not even get to know that.
No, but when you're dating, you might not get to know the
Ins and outs of.
the nooks and crannies of everything.
Yeah.
But as a question was asked, you need to find out our individuals there. It's not just the individual that you need to find out from, because back in the days, when people were getting married in the biblical time, people were getting married, families came together,
Family, yeah, it's
before the wedding day,
Before the
The,
wedding.
the family would interact with each other,
Yeah.
So you know how the
Yeah.
family stay.
That's an African
So
tradition.
So it's not about just, me need to know how John stay. Oh, John family stay.
Yes. Because when they're married is a family, it's no one.
Yes.
Family, so you're
So,
married, yeah.
and the father back in those days had a right to call off the wedding based on how the family stay.
See? Oh.
Some traditional in Africa, like you just said.
Yes, yeah, in
Based on how the
Africa.
family stay, the father had the right to say, no, this can't work.
You
Yeah.
know what? I know that I think that they still do it in Africa by paying bride price.
Yeah, paying,
Yeah.
in Africa.
In Africa,
You have to pay
so
bride
you have
price.
to pay
and
bride price. So when you go and take somebody's daughter out of a house, not the woman.
you have to
the man,
pay.
You have
'cause
to pay, go
yeah.
give the person, the man, the
Yeah,
parent with
yeah.
something.
Even to this day, they still do it.
Yeah.
Even to this
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
In
And
some parts of
do-
Africa.
does it make sense though? Is it?
Hey, yeah.
oh,
Well, I
is-
had the privilege of listening to one African young lady explain what was happening. She said, in paying for the child, what you're doing is you're putting back the money that the family is
spend on her.
losing.
Yes, yeah.
Because the father might send the daughter to college,
You're giving it.
and the
back.
daughter would have gotten a job and would be helping the family because she's not married, so she's tied to the family. When you come and you take that daughter from the family,
So-
you're taking away that
that income.
aid, that income.
Yeah.
So you now have to pay the value of what was implemented in said child.
Yeah.
So that's why they did it, or why they do it.
But it can also have its disadvantages though, because if to me something I see that is like paying for the child, that woman. So therefore, when you take that woman home, I see some. I don't know if it's true, but I kind of into it sometimes. I watch these African movies, and I sometimes wonder, is it really way? This is the way it works?
No, if it not line up with the Bible, then I say it for God.
No. It's not with the Bible.
Oh, you mean if that's what they do? Yeah, they do it.
In the treatment of the woman,
Yeah.
It
And
happens.
Yeah.
now she become obligated to him.
obligated to him.
And
Yeah.
he now become demands. I own you because I pay
I
for
pay
you.
for you.
Yeah. It
know?
happens. Now, a question that was asked by my wife make a statement. You see, she has set me up, So Danielia Henry says, I remember this day so well. She said, my family visited the person that I was dating to see how he was living, and that is so true. Them set me up, Decon. Set me up. So what happened, So what happened one day, my friend, it was his birthday party. It was at January too. His birthday was about the 29th of January. And her family had came down to Jamaica for the passing of her grandmother. And she called me. She's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm around by my friend's house. And she said, I'm around at your house now. I said, run at my house. I said, all right, I come pick you up. So me, I come to pick her up with the intention for carry her to my friend party. When me open my gate, my little brother run come out. Brother, the mother, the sister, the cousin,
father,
everybody there.
Yes, they want to find out who messing with my daughter.
Yeah.
When him say, what you say? Him say, everybody there, you can't leave that girl there, no, you have to go marry that one.
But I think that's a good thing though, because
Yeah,
you show the value.
and I think that's a good value.
Value,
Yeah,
show value.
to
So
really maintain.
Yeah.
Because, but Jamaicans, not even say Jamaicans, like even in America,
Yeah.
as a child reach 18, they're quick to show their parents to listen me. You're not responsible for me anymore.
You know what? I remember back when even Baltimore here, when my nieces have just come from Jamaica, and my nieces have never come out. They've never, you only see them at a party, but somehow some of my friends have know, say, find out, say, we have some nieces, And they back come and say, yo, you just lock off your nieces and all that. So, but each time don't talk to somebody, you don't come see me first.
Yes.
Them seek me out and say, this is the person, I always
think
sit down and
about
deal with that particular person and just look to see, because you look deeper, because you're a man,
Yeah.
You're looking a little bit deeper than the surface,
Yeah.
because we know how we react,
Yeah.
to see if that's a, so they used to do that. got married now and everything like that. But that was something that they used to. My friend used to come and say, "Yo, I left the niece and no leave her alone." You know, it was things like that.
So
you know?
yeah, and like Decon Mike said, I think it's a tradition that we should carry on. And the families need to know each other. And even with you and your niece, I have a goddaughter where she watched how I treat her godmother, really, who is my wife. It's really her goddaughter. She watched how, because we grew her from she was about 6. We took her in. And because of how she watched how I deal with my wife, the first guy that came to the house saying one talk to her, she knows that she couldn't present him to me.
Does she know your standard?
Yeah, she knows she couldn't present him to me.
And that's it. I said, sometimes I see some girls walking with some guys. I said, how on earth do you have the guts to really walk with somebody? The pants under their butts and that's what they like.
But you know what though? It's not even.
I want to ask the question.
It's sometimes you don't think about it. It's really because you grow your child a certain way, and you know you teach them all these good characters.
Yeah.
You know, but there's something out there, especially now in the society, where, like, and I look at it as what's good become bad, and the bad things now become good.
But Brother Conrad, this is where the church have to take a stand.
Yes.
You see, you might say, well, my daughter and my son, them doing them one, and them know say mother and father are Christian. But I'm not just the mother and father, you know. It's the church, the body of Christ. You see, the body of Christ, there was a time gone when I was a little boy going to church at Jamaica, where when I got to church, you know, me and the church discipline, you know.
Yeah, man.
And the mother and father discipline me and the church discipline, you know.
But too tough.
Church discipline me, you know.
Yeah.
So,
and that's
and that kind of gone now.
So you know where it starts? The parents not sending or taking the kids to the church.
But sometimes you can't even talk to some of the children them at church.
It's really not that. It doesn't really start there, no, Brother Mike. It starts, I can't tell the Bible can tell us that kids start having kids. Most grandmothers now.
At 30.
No, I think because that yoke was broken on me. Because my grandmother, up until the age of 12 when she died, I could not miss church one Sunday. And because of that, I missed nothing. I learned a lot out of it. And that foundation has been built in me spiritually.
So
and because
it's
when
for us to continue to
yeah,
tradition.
Because when my grandmother died, my grandfather was not going to church. So I said, you know, we just paused. And I felt like it seemed like I did something like for 6 years I did not go to church, but the yoke was already broken. And one day I have 4 guys. I met up with 3 of them. We met up with 2 of them in Jamaica, and we were moved. You know, they call it massive, but we wasn't bad massive. We were just all about going on. And I said to them one day, listen to me, my brothers. God gave us 6 days. Let us give him 1. And they all agree. And we pack up that Sunday. And we changed church during because I was a Baptist. Now I went to Church of God. You know, so Bishop says a Baptist Costal. I am Baptist Costal too. So, and we went to the church because I said, it's the same God. And we were serving, the church is closer to us. And we went to the church and I said to them, listen me. Once a month, let us go to church once per month.
Yeah.
And it resonate within.
But you see, that's what I speak about. Back in the days, that's how a parent, grandmothers was grandmothers. Mothers was mothers. You understand? If your mother is there, your grandmother or your grandfather was there.
Yeah.
That changes the society that we're living in now. You don't find that no more.
But we just have to, with the ones that we can touch,
there you go.
just touch them.
So then you just put it on. You put that on the church.
Yeah.
So we still have few coming into the church. You know.
Yeah.
It's not all is not lost.
No.
You understand? So we still have those. So those that's within the church where we have now. The church have to be a part of.
Yeah, I think we didn't answer Daniel.
The questions I should ask persons.
One of them is, what are the questions that a person should ask?
We answered it, but we didn't give a specific question.
She's looking for a answer, like maybe when a man approach a woman, what should he say?
No, well,
See,
is it? I don't think
I
it's
don't know
a,
if that's the way she
I don't think it's an approach question. It's more like we're at date. We're getting to know each other. What do you need to
What
know?
was the question?
What do you need? What are the questions that a person should ask when they are dating?
Oh, that's already the dating. So the approach already gone.
Yeah, so it's not the approach. Is just when you ask like for both persons, the female, what do you want to know? And most females want to know. In my mind, I'm not a female. I think most females want to know how will you take care of me and eventually us.
What's intention for life?
Yes.
What's your goal?
Goal. What do you see in our future? Your future. What are you working towards? What are your ideology or your ideas as it relates to family, development, children, growth personally and spiritually? You're a congregation member. Do you want to go to do you want to die just congregating? Or do you want to know more about God? These are the things that you ask the person. And trust me, men are great pretenders. Great pretenders.
And that's what we talk about. We say what we want every year. And that's where it starts, though. It starts where, although we ask a question, it starts by getting to know each other, learning each other. You understand what I'm saying? Dating and courting, as we put it. You understand? So when you're courting or dating, just don't look at the surface.
Dig deep.
Dig deeper. You understand what I'm saying? Get to know that person.
What make that person that tick?
Yeah.
Alright, when I say man a great pretender, Decon, man, look at this. I knew a girl one time where she got pregnant for her baby father, and the baby father wasn't taking care of the child. Right? And she said, I don't know, I'm still saying, a 3 pick name have I'm not mind none of them. So my little brain start think. My little brain was like, how much pick name have? She said 3. How much you have for him? 1. I'm not mind none of them. You have the first one? She said, no, me have the last one. So if you know
all of that,
him not mind the first 2, why on God's green land?
Exactly.
You take up yourself, go get pregnant first. And why you think him that go look on you with your 3rd baggage?
Yes.
With him now mind the first 2 baggage.
I figure that a lot of women get pregnant for a man. One reason, just to hold them, just to get close to them, and just to keep. And when the man leave them and they have problem with them, and the man come, and they call the man. They want to see the man. But they're going to ask the man, when are you coming to look for your son? So indirectly she's saying, when are you coming to look for me? So I want to ask a question.
No, go down for the subject. What the question? And also, in regards to that point too, a lot of female, also male, believes that they can change a person.
No.
So hold on, they can change the third child.
Yes.
Biggest mistake that.
Yes, but they're not looking at them.
Yes.
I can change him. I can change her.
Yes.
I will make a point for that and make Decon might come back to him question and then we'll get acknowledge somebody in the chat, right? In that order. A lady asked me one time, because I was not a Christian when I met my wife, neither was my wife. She was a backsliding Christian, so whichever way you want, I said that I said it. And somebody said to me, but your wife make you start go church? I said, huh? And I said, yes, your wife was a Christian when she meet you, and because she's a Christian and meet you, I want to get married, just start go church because she's a Christian. I said, no. She never met me start go church. Me decide to me I go church. And I can't tell you how me come to that conclusion. And the first Christian female like me. And the first Christian female wanted to be in a relationship with me. But all of who did Christian before me meet my wife and did like me and want a relationship with me, every one of them fail. You know why? Because I decide to go to church. I'm going to tell them straight. I say, yo, this doesn't make no sense. What me want and what you want is not the same thing. You want me want your body. 2 different things. So that's not going to work. So, you can't change your body. A man have to decide if he want to change.
But true. But that's the belief. That's the belief.
Debbie, you were going to comment
on that? Debbie, she's saying that I remain quiet. This is too much for me deep. But we're just showing you from a men's perspective with the Bible in mind, the seriousness of dating or courting as Christians in church. Not Christians who say them are Christians, but Christians who is the body of Christ. That we are talking about. That's why I keep putting the church in it.
A lot of if people that gonna listen to this show, I know when I'm gonna ask a question. I know a lot of people gonna start to cock their ears. Should if you're dating, if two Christians dating, should they go to beach?
Why not? The Christian bathing, you dress appropriately, you can go to beach. Why not?
What is appropriate dressing? What's appropriate dressing for beach though?
Yeah.
Of course, not too
Yeah.
No,
everybody, we all know what expected when you go to beach.
No, I can't say that.
Chat, this is where we need you for chime in.
Yes,
man.
we need, give us your opinion.
Two Christians dating go to the beach
It's a
or the pool. Or the pool.
What's wrong with going to the beach and you are going to the pool? As Christians.
Dating? As Christians dating. Pride of life. Loss of the
I don't want to get.
But I'm saying appropriate. I'm saying no. That's what I said.
But Decon, Brother Conrod, may I ask you a question? Is there two different appropriate ways of dressing for going to the beach?
Yeah, man.
Because tell me, answer that.
The bikini. no, G-string now. Right?
Bikini.
No bikini thing.
No, so let me ask you one question now. I the same question we are sticking, but me want to ask you one question. Can a married Christian woman go to the beach with her married Christian husband in a bikini?
In a bikini?
Yeah.
No, sir. Put on. I mean,
people in the chat.
This is really
no,
deep,
you're not seriously.
This part is deep.
People in the
This is
chat.
really. I would love somebody to come
Hold
in.
on. If you go to the beach, I go to the pool, right? It's
Ladies in the chat.
It's dated. Yeah, I love to hear from you.
Is
Give us
it
Give us the number.
the number to call is 667-286-0670. It's on your screen. The WhatsApp number is 658-203-1230. Or you can just put your message in the chat on YouTube.
Just put it in.
Deacon Mike asked if it's okay for two dating Christians dating to get married to go to the beach. Brother Conrad said it's okay as long as they're appropriately dressed. And he said that appropriate dressing is pants and shirt.
No. You can't say that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. That's the only way.
Appropriate dressing is pants or a summer dress.
Summer dress.
Dress.
Just get this cool
So,
breeze.
somebody can ask you a question. Say if you're in a summer dress, you're not going in the water.
No, sir.
So why you never stay home when you're going to beach?
No. You can put on shorts, no, brother. It's not just summer dress. You can put your shorts on.
All right, I'm going to give you my answer. Deacon
Should
Mike,
they really put that on?
my answer for your question, Deacon Mike, with no fun and joke aside, with all fun and joke aside, to say, I don't think you should go to the beach.
You don't think they should go
So-
to
Not until you're married.
So therefore, you're saying that you are, as a Christian, you don't because you lack control.
No, lack control never put butter pan pussy mouth.
I tell you
No,
this.
that's what I ask. Have you ever put butter pan cat mouth?
More lick it up.
All right.
So that's exactly lacking control.
That's why they invent
Because
cover.
the cat can't control the butter.
Just like
Donna Douglas says that's why they invent cover-ups.
Yes. There you go.
But they don't make cover-up for men though. That just saying.
But man, I put on his shorts. We not go. What you put on? Go to
When a man shorts wet, just I say.
You say the female.
That's all me have to say.
Look,
That's all me have to say.
when you as a Christian go to the beach, you're gonna see some inappropriate dress.
Not just the person where you go with.
Huh?
Not just the
Not
person.
just, that's my point. That is my point.
That means you should.
But you can't prevent it. You can't avoid it.
So therefore, if you go by yourself, you're still going to see the same thing. So if it's about lusting, if you go and look at those and then start lusting, that's where lusting starts.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you a story.
So not go to the beach yet.
Hold on, no, hold on.
As a Christian.
As a Christian dating, no. When you're married, sure.
No. As a Christian, I'm going by what Brother Mike said.
No,
Mike
man.
said.
When
If you
what
go
Brother
as
Mike said, understand, and it has its concepts. You have to look on it in different contexts. When you is a Christian man for 10, 15 years, by your single lonesome self, and you're gonna beach, you're gonna see things.
Yeah, you go see.
When you is a married Christian man,
you go to beach, you guys
your things them when you see, you know of it for yourself. It's different than when you can't touch none of
be
it.
different, brother.
But
Is
you
there a
know,
difference?
It's normally different. When you can touch something, it's different from when you cannot touch something. You ever see your mother a bake it as a little youth and you watch a cake a cool? You can't touch it. You just want to put your finger in a piece. But you ever see your mother ever give you one cake to eat and then a bake another one and you just look and watch her just eat your cake? You not touch a cake with a cool. Can you get your cake to eat?
It's the same thing, brother.
you think that there are Christians that have their wife that don't lust?
Have the wife that don't lust? Lust is not
And don't unconsciously lust.
Lust is not specific to any gender.
I don't think lust is unconscious, brother. Lust is a conscious thought. It's conscious because you're seeing and you start getting into those. When you start getting unconscious and getting unconscious is when you get too deep into what you're thinking. You understand? But when you go and start lusting, you are doing it. Consciously.
You are aware of what you're doing.
Aware of what you're doing.
Yeah, so when if you see somebody, you see, all right, you go to the same beach and you see some of the ladies, the only thing that covers the front, right? How far do you get before you realize that you're lusting?
Everybody knowing them a lust, man.
You steer, brother. You steer. When you're looking and keep steering and start thinking, you know, when you get unconsciously, is when you start steering. And then you start getting to your thoughts. You understand what I'm saying? Because you are focused on that person.
Right now,
Right
now you're there, and it's like a track athlete where I look on the finish line.
Yes. And you keep
so go right back to earlier when you said you're the guy driving and you sleep, you can start to get slow. He was unconscious.
He was
unconsciously.
No man, he unconscious first. But him so conscious he get unconscious.
Unconscious guys start
him so focused. He's so focused. He was consciously focusing on what he was doing, and the focus got so penetrative that him just lose himself.
He did not realize that he was lusting.
Exactly.
But he was lusting
until
he realized. So
no, I had us to take him and I'm pulling back.
So
you know, I was lusting. That was really lusting because it's not.
I get what Decon Mike is saying, that sometimes it's an unconscious movement of the person, not knowing that they're doing it. But what we're saying, it started off consciously, you knowing what you're doing. So it encompasses you. It covers you. It sucks you up so deeply that you're so deep in it now that you're not under control of what you're doing anymore. Because now the spirit of lust is fully taking you over. So when the spirit of lust fully taking you over, you start to do actions that you would not have done had you not been subjected to that spirit. And it brings back to my answer to your initial question. Should Christians who are dating go to the beach? And I personally, I say it, me, not the Lord, think that you should not.
So
I think you should not. But Brother Conrad said appropriately dressed, you can go. What say you, Decon? Do you think that they should go?
I said no.
Yeah, I said no.
It's a part of dating. So, okay.
Where should you go beach, man?
Where should you go? All right? Let's put it, ask the question.
Places that you can go?
Yes, places that you can go.
So if places that we can go, what are some places that Christians dating should go?
Church, a joke. I'm kidding.
So because, not because we are Christian, you have to be born in
I'm kidding.
You know?
I say always ensure that wherever you go,
there's
it's not a secluded space.
Exactly.
It's not a place where one can lose themselves. So you must go into open spaces, and also what I recommend to young Christians dating, sometimes it's better if you take a third wheel.
Don't go over for dinner. by
Take
yourself.
away.
A third
Yeah.
wheel.
Yeah, it's like
Third wheel.
Yeah,
it's
man.
like what you say.
I mean
Welcome.
third wheel.
You remember where them say if you go preach to sister, pray for Mary
Yeah,
over
but-
her yard,
yeah,
you
Brother
carry
John.
to carry Brother John.
Brother John.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, brother John, Sister Mary, they're couple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't go over to sister.
Don't go up on a house date
Yeah, house date. Unless brother John and brother.
unless it's a family reunion.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no house date,
Yes.
no secluded spot, no mount, no what you call it, hilltop, night dark underneath no
So-
tree.
Sometimes people like direct answers, you know that.
Tell me, I directly tell them.
Yeah, with direct answers in movie, no club.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
no, we can't have Christian. We can't go to a club.
But
Something
what
that
about
really-
a birthday party?
It's a-
Well, a birthday party as a Christian, I don't see a birthday party getting out of hand.
Hold on.
Yes,
But-
some do.
As Christian, the birthday party, me talk about. Me not talk about
No, but
the world
what
birthday
What
party.
about your unsaved friend who have a birthday party?
All right, me gonna be honest with you. Listen,
So
me gonna be honest with you with that, no, Decon. I have unsaved friends, and trust me, you can count on most of 2 finger how much unsaved events me go with them. 2 finger, and there's a reason for it. It's not that I'm a friend them, but me know how some
You let them
events
know
are.
You change partner.
Yes, so me can't go any and everywhere no more. So the truth of the matter is, if it's an unsafe party, not meaning that the person who for birthday is unsafe, no, meaning that the party full of unsafe.
We're not going.
You notice he put unsafe on it, that means enough for you.
Yeah,
I know for you.
wouldn't say that.
No, because
If it's a completely unsafe event,
Yeah.
Well,
I
no,
really wouldn't say that.
if I have an unsafe
You,
friend,
you have a way to control it.
but I'm saying,
You have a way you can control it. Somebody invites you can't, I'm not saying you can't tell them, but if you know that this party is like that and you want to, make the person comfortable, then you go. But as soon as they whatever start, as soon as you know the stages of party.
yeah, man.
When they go, you eat first, and then they introduce first, they cut the cake, and then they start to fling themselves all about. All you do, don't wait until that time. You cut the cake, and as soon as the music start play, boogie.
But brother, but you can make some time the music start at the
Well,
gate.
I'm sure you
Yeah,
unsafe
you
party.
can't have like that.
I'm going to tell you something.
No.
Unsafe. I used to do some parties.
Mm-hmm.
Unsafe parties is not like a Christian party. Food and thing, serve no food.
Yeah.
You go in party, start
Party.
You walk in.
When me I
Yeah,
go, when
that
me I
part,
go,
yeah. No,
That's
I'm not.
party.
No. I'm not going for that.
That's what we are talking about now.
Yeah.
That's what when me say unsafe party,
Yeah.
me talk about raving.
Man, I drink and I eat at the same time. I don't sit
When you
down.
say at him birthday, liquor up on top of liquor, no
Yeah,
cake,
yeah,
no
yeah,
cut.
yeah.
So I
Like
would-
some garage party and all this. No.
So, one question was asked: is a restaurant okay for dating Christians to go?
Yes.
Yes,
absolutely.
I have no problem. I don't see anything wrong with a
That's the
restaurant.
best place. As a matter of fact, that's the best place.
Yeah. So
Sit.
it's just that with the unsafe thing, don't be turning up at unsafe events like that free willy nilly. I know that you might have a couple of unsafe friends that might keep some things that you might go. For example, one of the things them where you're not for partaking and not gonna dance of no shape or form. Not dance is disguised as children birthday party.
yes.
Cause in a Jamaica, when them say them a keep them children birthday party and it starts 6 o'clock, a dance.
Yes.
One sun gone down another time the party start, a dance. Oh.
We're above our time coming up. We're 13 minutes up away from past the hour of 10 o'clock, and
Yes.
we're winding down to, we're sorry we can't stay with you much longer. If anyone else have any comment, they could just post it in, and then we can discuss it real quick. And we literally come to the end. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I mean, if the viewers want us to revisit this topic, they can always let us know by sending your comments in after the show or whatever, or even just sending your requests on the line.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
we are basically out of time for today, not forever, just out of time for today. This is Bible Talks. Just join us again for another exciting edition. One person said that the topic is too deep and they're quiet. I guess we're answering questions that they would have probably have to ask or concerns that they might have had. And we want you guys to continue to interact with us. This is Bible Talk. This is Bible Talk. Brother Conrad, anything you want to add?
Yeah, and so we just wrap it up by saying we have a few stuff we talk about disadvantages and advantages of Christian dating, and we read this part before from Google. It says dating within the church refers to the practices of romantically pursuing someone from your own church community, where individuals are likely to share their similar religion, belief, and values, often seen as a positive way to find partners who align with your faith while building a strong foundation for future marriage. Here's some key points about dating within the church. Share values. A major advantage is that people dating within the church likely share similar religious belief and moral codes, which can be important for many individuals seeking a partner. Community support. Church community support often provide opportunities to get to know potential partners through events, small group, and values and volunteering activities. Potential for drama. This is one of the disadvantages. Breakup within a church community can sometimes lead to awkwardness of gossip due to the close proximity of everyone involved. Importance of communication. Often open communication with your own potential partner about your expectation and intention regarding dating within the church is critical. It's crucial. We talk about that, within our conversation. Consideration when dating within the church. Church culture, different denomination, they have varying views on dating within the church. So understanding the norm of your specific community is important. Focus on character, which we spoke about that beyond just physical attraction. Prioritize someone who demonstrates strong Christian character and value. Respectful boundaries. We spoke about that within our thing also. Maintain appropriate boundaries and avoid causing unnecessary drama within the church communities. All right, and it's a key point about the downside of church dating, social awkwardness. We spoke about that after breakup. If a relationship ends, it can be uncomfortable to see your ex at church. We talk about people walking out of church regularly, potentially causing tension within other church members who might be close to that person. Public scrutiny, dating within church can feel like dating on stage, as other members can be overly invested in your relationship and might pass judgment. Potential pressure to conform. Some individual might feel pressure to present a very religious image when dating within the church, potentially leading to inauthentic behavior. Pretenders. Limited dating pool. Depending on the size of the church, there might be a limited selection of potential partners to choose from. And we spoke about gossip. That's one of the disadvantages. People gossip, special. And so I heard Mike talk about should the pastor know about dating when you're dating in the church.
I think
the pastor should know about it dating in the church. Not maybe finding a partner for you, but if you decide that you see a person you like in the church and you decide you want to date, you should also sit with the pastor and let your intention, both of you, and let the intention be known to the pastor. So when that guy, if somebody, Sister Mary or Brother John, see you talking, go sit on the corner and say, hey, your pastor already know what's going on. So you don't take your pastor by surprise, are the leaders of the church.
And also the pastor should know so that the pastor could advise you in the sense that there are some persons who just want to get married because they're a Christian, and the pastor would know, say, you're not ready for marriage. He would know, just by having discussion. Last comment from Debbie McKenzie, she's saying that she's giving up on dating because even though there is no sex, I feel so guilty just going out.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I wouldn't say give up on dating for those reasons, but just stay humble, stay in Christ.
Yes.
And once you stay in Christ, God will lead and direct you. Pray. Ask for guidance. Seek his face. And though it seems like it's though the vision tarry, wait for it. Wait, God will reveal all in due time. In due time all will be revealed. Don't run down nothing. Just run go to God.
Yes.
Understand? In all things, just be patient.
Yes.
It's a good value. But I understand the statement of itself, and I do understand the statement of itself.
Yeah.
Just want to big up Lady Evelyn Samuel saying interesting topic there, guys. We apologize. It's 19 past the hour. We've gone over the God says when time. But God will say when we'll meet again, and we'll have an interesting topic. Bible Talks, BCCG Radio. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell that friend to tell their friend, and let's talk again.
Yes. You
Yes.
know, Debbie, I would advise you, and best I could say is the Bible said, "He that findeth a good wife, findeth a wife, findeth a good thing." And God, when He created Adam, He realized that Adam was alone. He said it's not good for man to be alone, and He gave Adam a company. And out, he give Adam a company. So you get to realize that we should realize that we can't do without each other.
Yes.
You need I don't I say woman is not to say like that, but figuratively, man is the greatest evil, but woman can't do without them. Woman is the greatest evil, but man can't do without them. We cannot do without each other. You need a company. You need a company. And I sometimes I think that if I should live my life without a woman, I think I fail God. You know, so you need a company. You need a company.
You need a companion,
Yeah, you need a companion, and we have to learn. Don't look into yourself and say, well, the man have to be perfect. If you're looking for a perfect man, you can continue with because Jesus is coming, right? The man will never be perfect. As we talked about earlier, you have to see what's in the man and decide your mind if you can live with him with that bad habit or what.
And vice versa for
Because
women
there is
also.
some that you have to, you'll never find a perfect man. So,
Our perfect woman.
we will never find a perfect woman.
You know.
So you have to learn to compromise in
Yes,
such a way.
The Bible tells us
Such a
we
way.
all have sinned and
Yeah.
come short, and we have come
Yeah,
short in many ways.
we not perfect.
You're not perfect.
Yeah, man not perfect, woman not perfect. We have to just learn to live with the attitude and the habit. But so don't stay by yourself, honey. Don't stay by yourself.
Yeah. Somebody, the right person will come along.
Yes.
Just look at character.
Yeah.
Look at what, just look at the character.
Yeah.
Just don't come see, come saw. You just look at the person and see if it's somebody that is good for you.
So God
All right.
bless you as we come to the end of our Bible talk on Friday night. Please feel free to join us next week. Will be a different time. I think we may have to revisit this topic. If it's even for a half an hour next week, so stand by. We're gonna revisit this topic a little bit for about half an hour next week, and then we go on to another topic. All right. So God bless you. May the blessings of God be with you through this day and forevermore. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And stay tuned. Don't forget to tell somebody about BCCG Radio, situated at 4820 Riserstown Road. Don't forget to tell somebody about Jesus.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Most
that.
important
All
thing.
right? That's
Right.
important. So God
Yes.
bless you. May the blessings of God be with you throughout this day and forevermore.
Yes,
Chime
sir.
in